Welcome to BTD, or Build Theory Daily, the show where we explore how we can improve our Minecraft builds and environments with real-world design theories. And, we ran out of elements of design, so I'm not sure what we're doing here anymore. There we go. Much better. Out of that stuffy white space and into a world of color. Look out, world, here I come. But really, most of these episodes aren't going to take place in that stuffy white area. Most of them are going to be taking place in our very own wonderful creative world. For our first episode, I thought we would discuss what every new world needs: starter houses. We are going to be exploring different starter house designs based on the biome. Today we will be going through plains, desert, swamp, and snow biomes. But before we get into that, we need to talk about what needs to go into these houses first. After thinking about this for a while, this is the list I've come up with. So every starter house needs 1 to 2 crafting benches for when 1 just isn't enough and symmetry is a must. 4 furnaces to complete all your smelting needs. And for all of you that say that we need more, you are not going to be able to keep up with the coal, and if you can, well then you should be out of your starter house and moving on to something better. Moving on. 4 double chests. If you think you need more than that, refer to previous answer, please and thank you. A door to keep the creepies out, a bed to sleep the nightmares away, and to prevent you from spawning 2,500 blocks away from that perfect area you just found, and will never find again. And of course, a sign to label the house as your own. Now let's get our first taste of building in this new world. First up, we have a standard plains cabin. The importance here is to add depth and shape. We anchor the building with a horizontal line of cobble at the base, and cap it with horizontal plank lines at the roof. We use vertical logs to add order and to define the corners, then add depth on every face by stepping blocks back, as well as with strategically placed stairs of matching and contrasting colors. Now the main shape here is a rectangular perimeter, but by adding a curving roof, we are able to add additional shape and interest to the build. Now let's take a look on the inside. Now on the inside we have all the items that we had discussed. We have the 4 furnaces, we have the 2 crafting benches for symmetry. Here we put 2 beds instead of just 1, just in case you have a friend over on the server and need to both sleep. And then we have our 4 double chests for storage. Of course you have the creepy peeping sheep on the out. Now let's take a look at the desert. Next, we have a desert house. The trick here is to find your own way of articulating the shapes and textures of the sandstone block in a unified manner. I would suggest lots of trial and error here. The way I think about it is, you need lots of shadow because the blocks are the same color as the environment. The other reference to use is real-life desert structures. Many use open air to rush air through the building in order to cool it down, while an open-air tower is used to remove rising hot air. I like to use this reference as a roof structure. The rest of the detailing is used to add depth, shadow, and to unite the elements as a whole. Now let's take a look on the inside. The snow cabin is another story. It is much like the plains house, but we have to make a few additions to place it within its context. First, we need to change the wood type. The common wood of the area is spruce, and the extra contrast as well in the stark white environment. Oh no. We're getting way too close to that white box from before. But anyways, we also need to increase the roof pitch to prevent the snow from building up, and of course, we need a chimney in order to keep us warm. Now let's see how warm this one is on the inside. So as we enter into this one, again, it's a little bit confined within the horizontal walls, but we have our 4 chests that line the doors. We have our furnace chimney place area that, yeah, I didn't want to figure out a way to make it so that this house wouldn't burn down if I put real fire in there, but the furnaces will work just fine there, especially when they start going. And then we have our nightstands on either side of the bed, because that promotes the building dreams. But it's getting a little chilly in here, so let's move on to the swamp. Man, it is wet outside. We definitely need to find some place to stay dry. So we're just going to raise it up off the ground, then use dark colors from dark oak wood to contrast with a few stone slabs in order to create our swampy hut. Add a cobblestone floor to create a lifted ground plane, a ladder so we can find our way up, a path to keep the water out of our boots to get to the house, and we are good to go. Now let's see how to keep our feet dry. So on the inside, it's a little bit more spacey than the last two that we've looked at because of the open air little pathways here. This way you can get a feel for the air in the morning. But we have our 4 double chests stacked around the bed. Then we got our 4 furnaces, 2 crafting benches, and we are good to go. Remember to check back tomorrow because we release new videos daily. Well, not really, more like every couple days.
Whoever came up with the name needs to be fired.
But remember to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And next time we see you, you better have a block in your hand.
No, we're not changing the name again.
Idiots.